up, Mike? All right, what's up? Welcome to NorCal Sports Network. Dan will be with us shortly. So I'm just covering it for a few minutes here. How about that? Yeah, the sidekick. Yes, the sidekick. Also known as Debbie Downer number 2. Man, how about that show last night, huh? Wasn't that something? Man, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. That was some good times. No doubt about it. Want to thank Vince Russo for giving us his time, man. That was awesome, man. He spent over 3 hours with us. He spent over 3 hours with us yesterday, man, talking baseball. You could tell, man, he's got passion for the team. You cannot deny it. You cannot deny that he loves the San Francisco Giants. We all have our own opinions on what we think the direction should be. Some people want to back Farhan. I get it. Yeah, how about that, Matt? 2 shows in a row. Vince. Oh, man. But yeah, we could disagree. That's fine. But one thing's for sure. Yeah, 20-8. One thing's for sure. We want the team to succeed. That's ultimately what we want. Some people might want to put some faith into Farhan, see what he could do. And people like me have had enough. Going into year 6. I've talked about it ad nauseum. But yeah. So we'll get into some more stuff today. I know Dan, he's going to bring up some articles that was in SF Gate, and I think Murph from Murph and Mac, or I shouldn't say Murph and Mac, Murph and Marcus. He had a nice article in KNBR today talking about the Giants, so we could get into those. How about that? He wants to get into our baseball fantasy. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that too. I know Senior, he's going to be running it for us. Yeah, I know that's not the real Vince. Let's get some wins. That'll cure everything. Absolutely, Tony. That is true. Winning solves a lot of issues. No doubt about it. But last I saw, I think we still have the same starting rotation. I don't see wins having with the starting rotation. I like what Vince made a good point yesterday, talking about, last year's starting rotation was pretty bad. And they were almost 500. Well, I think this year's rotation is not much better. If anything, it's worse. We got one bona fide. We talked about this before. They got one bona fide starting pitcher right now. That's not going to get it done. I just don't think it's going to get it done. We'll see what happens. Yes, Melvin is an improvement over Kapler. That will help to an extent. But right, I mean, it's ultimately it's going to take the talent on the field to lead us to the promised land. Don't get me wrong, managing and coaches can help, but they're not standing with them in the box. They're not standing with them out on the mound. They're not standing with them out in the outfield or the infield. The guys got to be able to execute. And hopefully, we got the team that can do that. Is the lineup better? Sure, lineup's better. Sure. But we still got Yaz and Slater. I don't know how much impact they're gonna provide. We'll see. Got a light hitting shortstop. Then again, we had a light hitting shortstop the last couple of years as well. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to lead, especially with the starting rotation. I don't know. Mike, what do you disagree? Michael Rocher, what do you disagree with? Are you talking about the starting rotation? Yeah, the clubhouse will be. Well, yeah, the clubhouse will be better, but I still think, the whole issue with JD Davis, whether you like it or disagree or not disagree, whatever you may be, I think it's going to have an impact on that clubhouse, right? I think it's going to have an impact. I don't know. We'll see. Because that was one of the issues that they wanted to address, right? They wanted to make sure the clubhouse was good to go. But when you got the head honcho pulling stuff like this, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Dr. Dilly says, I don't think that we can make the determination of whether or not the rotation is better or worse yet. I think it would be only fair to make that call in May or later. Okay, I get that. But I'm just going by what we see, right? Harrison may start off pretty good, right? I'll get to it, Matthew. Hold on one sec. Harrison, we'll see. He might come out of the gate pretty good. Webb should do well. Hicks, don't know. He hasn't had success as a starting pitcher. And then who's your number 4 and 5? Mason Black? Jeffries? What's his first name? I can't remember his first name. Does that give you confidence, Dr. Dilly? Does that give you confidence? I mean, just looking at it, don't get me wrong. We could totally now just flying solo for a little bit, Dark Carlo. Dan will be with us shortly. But really, Large Turkey thinks Hicks is going to be good. I think he's going to be fantastic in the bullpen. I just don't know how I don't know how he's going to be in the starting rotation. To be determined is the best. I'm just going by what we have seen. I'm intrigued more than confident. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I could go with that. What's up, Asif? NorCal Sports Network, IT. There you go. Glenn says, Eric, we made changes. Other teams got better. Look at those first 13 games. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how those first 13 games. It is. It's really going to be interesting to see how this is. Those first 2 series is going to be tough. San Diego's still a decent team. Their starting pitching may not be ideal, but you're going to be seeing. Who will you see? Are we getting? Yeah, we'll still see. We'll probably still see Cease and Musgrove. Right? Because how many games do San Diego and LA play in Korea? Anyone know that? Not sure. That's going to determine who we're going to see when we open it up in San Diego. Because I'm guessing they probably got a couple of days or maybe a day or two when they come back. Let me see what you had to say here, Matt. Do you think whether or not the Farhan extension was actually ever signed? Last I heard, it wasn't. I'm hoping that the owner puts off until he changes. Oh, that's a good question. Well, let's hold on. Matt, goodness, you bring up a good point. Okay, the extension was not a 3-year extension; it was a 2-year extension, right? Because this year was already accounted for. This was supposed to be his last year, right? And then in the offseason, the Giants decide to extend him 2 more years. So basically 3 more years of Farhan when you add it all up. Again, that's supposed to coincide with Bob Melvin's time here in San Francisco. So I don't know. Because if that contract hasn't been signed, that just means those last 2 years are not guaranteed. If that's the case, we don't know. But yeah, you make a good point, Matthew, because I know that question was brought up to Greg Johnson. What was that, about a month ago? Right around a month ago? And he said he hasn't signed it yet. And he's kind of dancing around it the way he was talking about it. Gosh, I wish I could remember who had that article. Matt, if you could find that article and let me know who wrote it, we could try to find it. And we could kind of go back over it again and see exactly what was said concerning Farhan's extension, because that is interesting. That is interesting. You know what? Maybe it's maybe they say, here's the 2-year deal, but we ain't going to consummate it until we see what you should do with this year. That's possible. That's possible, because you got to have some type of motivation, whether you're a player, whether you're the GM, whatever you got to have some type of incentive to do well. Right? And if your job is on the line, and a matter of fact, I think Vince even talked about that last night, that, hey, Farhan's, playing for a contract, so to speak, playing for a contract. So maybe there's something there. That is true. No, I don't think it was a 3-year extension, Matt. I think it was a 2-year on top of this last year. But altogether, it's 3 years, right? I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Robert, what's up, Robert? Good to see you, man. There is no reason why you can't be yeah, there's nothing wrong with being optimistic. You can't deny for being optimistic. I'm just not going to be pie in the sky. Can't do that. Oh, what do we got? Corpo, Axis and Allies. I like that. That's cool. Here's what I have. 1 LA, 2 Arizona, 3 San Diego, 4 San Francisco, 5 Colorado. You may not be that far off, to be honest with you. You may not be that far off. There's definitely going to be a battle for that 3rd spot with Arizona and San Diego. If LA and Arizona, for some reason, absolutely crap themselves, maybe San Francisco or San Diego can move into one of those positions. I mean, but there's a lot of things gotta fall in place for that to happen, right? I mean, look, Arizona and LA are right now on paper a better team or better teams. They got the pitching and they got the talent, no doubt about it. Both teams. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Eric, Vince Russo was awesome last night. I agree. Good times. Babe Rock says this year we play the younger players. Hopefully we can land Corbin Burns. Man, why can't we land Corbin Burns this year? What was the issue? That's kind of what Murph talked about in his article today in KNVR. Why couldn't you have gotten Corbin Burns this year? Why couldn't you? Would you go? Okay. Chat, is anyone opposed to trying to trade for Corbin Burns this year? Was anyone against that? Was everyone on board to try to trade for Corbin Burns? Yes, I understand he would be a rental, but the guy is from the Bay Area. Isn't that one of the things I constantly hear from the organization? They like to try to sign guys who are from the area. That was one of the things they always talk about. I would have loved him. Even if it's a rental, I would have. I mean, the guy is a perennial Cy Young, right? He's always going to be there. Man, the guy was good. I would have. Johnny Owen Sasaki's not going to happen, man. Sasaki, I tell you where you know where Sasaki is going. You know where Sasaki is going. Just like how everyone knew where Ohtani and where Yamamoto was going. He's going to the same spot. If you don't remember, as soon as Ohtani had signed his contract, Sasaki was ready to come to the MLB this year. He was willing to lose out on millions of dollars to be able to play with the Dodgers. He was ready to come and play for LA. And next year, he's going to come and play for LA. He's given up those millions because according to the contract, I guess you got to be 25 years old, right? Before you could get that big money. So, yeah, he's going to go play. Look, Giants are not going to be in on Sasaki. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not. I just don't see it. Dr. Dilly again says, Power drawing interest from the Yankees. Maybe. The Dodgers need somebody. Hey, no problem, Jim. No problem. The Red Sox, Yankees, they need starting pitching. Thanks, Marcana. Texas, right? All free agents turn down the Giants because they have no foundation. I talked about that yesterday, Heroku, right? That's the issue I have. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. There's no foundation, guys. None. Who's the okay, real quick. Who's the foundation? Can anyone tell me who the foundation of the San Francisco Giants are right now? What is the foundation? Who are the people you're going to build around? That's why I agree, Grand Admiral. I think Mato should be out there. It shouldn't be Yaz. Ocean View says zero foundation. Remix Monks. Okay, yeah, this is the article. Greg Johnson said during Melvin's press conference that they have agreed in principle that Farhan was extended through 2026 to match Bob Melvin's deal, which is a 3-year deal. Exactly. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this for 2024 was already taken care of, and it was going to be a 2-year extension. Almost positive. Okay, here we go. Lee Webb Matos. Okay, Matos is not cryptic. That's the issue. So it's Lee and Webb because Matos is not playing this year. There's no room for him, and I don't want to see him on the bench. If you're gonna just put him in AAA, so at least he's playing every day. I don't want to see him on the bench. Senior says it's Harrison, Wisenhunt, Roop, and Black. So he's saying the foundation is the pitching. What about the lineup, Senior? Because Wisenhunt is not going to open it up as a starter this year. Well, he may eventually. Roop, maybe. Black is probably going to start on the rotation because it's to have no one else. Cliff. The foundation is Webb, Lee, and Harrison. Okay. That's it. Okay. Dr. Webb, Lee, Harrison, Bailey, and Doval. Okay. Fair enough. So you got 2 starters, a closer, and 2 position players. Okay. Daniel Cochemilio should be joining us shortly. Waiting on him. Yeah, Yankees are linked to Lorenzen. I don't care for Lorenzen, to be honest with you. Exactly. That's what I thought, Remix. It's a 2-year. That's what I thought. This year was taken care of already. And then it was a 2-year extension, which makes it 3. Greg Johnson also said right after it would be announced shortly. Here we are on Monday. Yeah, we haven't heard a thing. Good point. How did he end? You know how he ended up on our show? Well, we were just here doing our show. All of a sudden, I look into the chat and everyone's saying Vince Russo is going after NorCal. Had no idea that Vince was listening to our show at all. So we pulled up Twitter, and lo and behold, there he is talking about how we're dogging on Farhan, and that we're a bunch of Debbie Downers. Oh, it was awesome. So Dan reached out to him, and lo and behold, the next day he was on our show. It was awesome. Just the way it worked. Yeah, it was cool, man. I like the way that it just kind of just unfolded. Ethan Holiday, 2027. Yeah, we're going to get him back for sure, man. That was awesome. That was a great show, man. Gosh, dang, man. I can't talk enough about it. Had a good old time. Dodger Dan comes through with a special guest. Well, yeah, we just happened to reach out to him. That's all you have to do, right? If someone's tweeting, hey, Dan just DM'd him back. And they just exchanged some emails, and lo and behold, there we go. The rest is history. Yeah, that's right, Eric. You never know who's watching. Russo schooled you guys. It was fun. It was a good back and forth. Can you reach out to Farhan? Right. Yeah, sure. That ain't gonna happen. Even you think he's gonna come on here? Come on. No way. That ain't happening. Hey, you bet. Dr. Dilly. Good deal, man. Yeah, we like to interact with our chat, no doubt about it. It's all about having fun, exchanging ideas, figuring things out. Some, we may agree to disagree, but one thing is for sure, we're all Giants fans. Well, some of us. I think there's a few people out there who are Dodger fans, but that's fine. That's all good. What's up, Enoch? I get the feeling Farhan has watched before. Maybe. That's fine. Just our opinion. Robert, Vince has spoken. We're making the playoffs. You know what, Mike? Dylan Cease might have been okay. Yeah, he had a bad last year. I don't know what he would have been this year. I would have much rather have traded for Corbin Burns. Who else was out there that was traded as a starting pitcher? Wasn't there someone else that was traded out there? Oh, Tyler Glasnow. Why couldn't the Giants traded for Tyler Glasnow? There would have been a lot of risk, but you gotta take risk, right? There's gotta there's gotta come a point in time to where you cannot just be totally adverse to risk. Sometimes you gotta gamble. Sometimes you do. And you know what? I would not hold that against them. Sale wasn't a trade, but it was I think that was a free agent, right? Was that a free agent? Pretty sure it was a free agent, right? Turd, I think he was a free agent. Could have got him. There was a bunch of guys out there they could have got. The biggest miss, I think, is Corbin Burns because he's a local guy. That's what we keep hearing about. That's who's gonna, that's who wants to come play for the Giants. Bieber is still out there. I don't know. I'm not really high on Bieber. Hey, let's take a look. Let's take a gander here. We'll just do. How about we do this? How about we put up Cease and Bieber? Oh, we'll go to the last 3 years, right? Just to have a little bit of history. Let's see what we got here. We'll go from 2021 to 2023. Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. Here you go. Dylan Cease, Shane Bieber. So Cease sporting an 11 point, almost a 12 WAR. Bieber an 8. Let's go innings pitched. Yeah, he's got about 100 more innings pitched. Win loss. I'm not too worried about win loss. ERA. Shane Bieber wins a little bit there, right? ERA plus, kind of similar. Shane Bieber a little bit higher. Strikeouts. Cease is a strikeout pitcher. K percentage, again, that kind of shows you he's more of a strikeout pitcher, almost 30%. Then again, he walks a lot more, almost half. And Bieber has been an all-star in Gold Glove. Now, if I'm not mistaken, both of them are kind of on their downturn, though, right? Both of them didn't have very good last couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. Here, let me do something here. Let's add in a third. Let's add in a third. We'll do the same thing. Actually, he didn't have. I'm going to have to think. I think I hear Dan. Let's see what we got here. Interesting.
What you trying to do?
Just doing different pitchers between Cease and Bieber. I was going to throw in a fourth.
Oh, shoot. I forgot my phone. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
I didn't even look at the thumbnail tonight. I was so busy. Hold on.
All right. All right. There we go. The third pitcher is going to be Clevenger. Talked about him. He's probably the problem is he didn't play in 2021. I think he had an injury, if I'm not mistaken. So I had to go from 2022, so the last 2 years. Not much of a strikeout pitcher. Doesn't walk as many as Cease, but not as many as Bieber. ERA, a little bit higher. ERA plus significantly lower. I don't know, man. I don't know who else you could go. I mean, Cease, of course, is already gone, so you're not going to get him. Shane Bieber is still out there. I don't know if they're going to want to trade. You're saying give you Shane, okay? If you want Shane Bieber, do you think Farhan would be able to trade for him? That's going to be the $64,000.
Did you bring up that article I sent you today on?
No, I don't have it. Do you?
The one from
SF Gate?
No, I think
it was
the
Tober.
one you sent me from Murphy.
Oh, KMBR. You want me to do that one?
Because that feeds right into what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is. I was just waiting for you to show up. Let me get Murph had a good article. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I kind of like the title of what it says.
I wore my Dodger colors. Well, not quite. It's a little
Mets.
darker blue.
Those are Mets.
Yeah, these are Mets. These are more Mets.
All right, here we go.
Be a lot cheaper for me to buy a T-shirt than hats.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hats are expensive.
Yeah.
So here's Brian Murphy. The Padres get Dylan Cease as Farhan continues to hoard. Here we go. Dylan Cease in orange and black. Corbin Burns in orange and black. Tyler Glasnow in orange and black. Nope, and nope. 3 premier pitchers available on the trade market, and not only is none of them a Giant, but 2 of those, Glasnow to the Dodgers over the winter and Cease to the Padres Tuesday, have moved into the NL West neighborhood. Can we complain to the HOA about the new neighbors? Or would you rather take a long look in the mirror? Oof. Taking long looks into the mirror is no fun. All you see are receding hairlines, ear hair, and double chins. But enough of my morning routine. This jock blog comes not too completely to condemn Farhan Zaidi's winner. In fairness, the additions of Jung-Hoo Lee, Jorge Soler, Matt Chapman, and eventually Robbie Ray undoubtedly makes the Giants better. If Farhan's job was to make the Giants better, he has succeeded. Partially. Because the long climb out of mediocrity requires a lot of work. I said this at the beginning of the offseason.
Yeah, we've all been saying it.
Yep, we've said this. And when you look at the 2024 Giants, the pitching rotation cries out for help. Side note, when you are looking at any team in baseball history, pitching cries out for help. It's like the 49ers and defensive linemen. All you want are more. So Glasnow was available in December, and the Dodgers got him for roughly the equivalent of Hayden Birdsong and Tyler Fitzgerald. Admittedly, this came with risk. Glasnow is as injury-prone as Chevy Chase's old Gerald Ford impression. To fulfill my generationally dated pop culture reference, quotas for today's jock blog. The Dodgers also threw 5 years, $136 million at the Southern California Rays Glasnow right away. And all things considered, cost and injury risk, you can make an argument against this one. Maybe we give Farhan a wide pass because there were other arms available, like Corbin Burns, a California kid who pitched at St. Mary's. Burns would presumably fit into the Bay Area and Orca's generous dimensions. It was believed that the Giants were interested. This is exciting, even if Burns has only 1 year left before free agency. But as my grandpa used to say about pudding, never up, never in. Burns would be worth making that run. Go for it, right? Logan Webb, Burns would be quite the 1-2 punch, except the World Series hungry Baltimore Orioles jumped in and offered 2 well-regarded prospects, roughly the equivalent of Marco Luciano and Carson Wisenhunt, and a nice draft pick. But
would you have done that trade, Luciano and Wisenhunt for Burns?
Yep, I would have.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Come on, the guy's a freaking Cy Young guy.
Yeah, I know.
But you get Corbin Burns. If you roll into Dodger Stadium with Logan Webb, Corbin Burns, Kyle Harrison, and Robbie Ray, you have a chance, partner. So now the jury is getting a.
Is he just saying the same? I mean, either we're saying the same things he's saying, or he's saying the same things.
We've been saying this.
Oh, we just think alike because
we're just thinking
we've
alike.
been saying this thing a long time.
Yes.
And then you got the Farhan, lovers out there that just think he's done wonders. I mean, yes, he's improved the team in the sense of adding, the big one, Soler, probably, and Lee, those two, then Chapman. I mean, those are three everyday guys in your lineup that you're going to put in. So, and then you add Hicks and I guess Murphy and Ray. I mean, he has done a lot to help, but they're still short. They're still short.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. So now the jury is getting a tad more disgruntled with Farhan, but there is still time for him to work something out for perhaps even more attractive option. Someone who has an outstanding success at the MLB level and is only making $8 million this year and is under team control through 2025, like Dylan Cease. Instead, Padres GM AJ Preller, Bizarro Farhan, in terms of his desire and willingness to put him on the table, gave the White Sox a handsome group of prospects who would be equivalent to Wisenhunt, Rainer Arias, and Mason Black, plus a reliever named Steve Wilson, who would be the equivalent of, say, Ryan Walker. It's a nice haul for the White Sox of prospects. We don't have enough time in the Jock blog to list all the prospects the Giants have traded through the years that you've never heard from again. As I was just saying to my good friends, Nate Bump and Tommy Joseph. It's even a nicer haul for the Padres, a proven elite starter who is under your control for 2 full seasons and perhaps more if it's a love affair on all fronts. 2 years of Dylan Cease is nice. Giants will find out the next weekend of the season at Petco.
The first weekend, yeah.
Yeah, the first weekend of the season, yeah. Bottom line, we all love the idea of prospects. A prospect is romantic as Field of Dreams and the thrill of the grass. But not all prospects flower. All prospects are trade capital. What I've been saying, man.
No.
Trade capital. If you love hoarding prospects, Farhan is your guy. You guys might want to get together and stream Hoarders on a Friday night. It's available on Tubi. I checked. But if you love the chutzpah of Brian Sabian and the late, great Giants GM Al Rosen, wow. Weren't we just talking about these guys yesterday?
Yep.
Farhan is not your guy. I have firm confidence Farhan would not send Mark Davis, who would win a Cy Young, Mark Grant, Keith Comstock, and Chris Brown for Dave Dravecky and Kevin Mitchell, who anchored the Giants in 1987 and 1989 playoff runs. I have just as much.
He forgot Craig Lefferts was in that deal too.
Yep, that's right. That Farhan would not trade Matt Williams for Jeff Kent, Jose Vizcaino, and Julian. Is it Julian or Julian? Julian, I think.
Yeah.
Tavares. Jeff Kent.
Tavares, yeah.
Jeff Kent may be in Cooperstown one day. And sure, you can Zach Wheeler me all you want. I still make that trade for Carlos Beltran. Life is short. The Giants tried to win a World Series in 2011.
Right, exactly.
You're taking risk, right?
Right.
The Giants may or may not win their 84 games to get the NL wildcard this year. If they do so, it will take a confluence of events, a confluence that would have been made easier with any of those pitchers listed above. As Ed DeBartolo Jr. once told us, cleaned up for the kids, you got to bring rear end to get rear end. There you go.
I like the line. Oh, you were just pulled it back.
You want me to go back?
I just like the line about the where was it? What the heck? No.
The hoarding of the prospects?
No, it was at the bottom at the end.
The confluence?
About the Beltran.
Yeah, right here. There you go.
The Giants life is short. Look, one thing about sports that drives me crazy, and we all do it, we're all guilty, is we look back and there it is right there. Beltran was disappointing. Just proved my point. We make the assumption if it worked out great, we would have said it's a great trade if it didn't. But the bottom line is sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But sports is about taking risks to win a title.
Yes.
Period.
Sometimes, like you said, sometimes it works.
Period.
Sometimes it doesn't.
And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it works for both teams. That was a good trade for both teams, for the Padres and the Giants, actually, that big trade. Grant and somebody won a Cy Young. I'm trying to remember who it was. Mark Davis, yeah, the lefty. So you make trades, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Yeah, Joe Nathan for AJ is a bust. It happens. But you know what? Like, for example, we're saying that not crazy about the Chapman deal. It could turn out to be great. Jung-Hoo Lee, people, some love it, some don't like it. That's just the way it is. Heck, people get upset when superstars are brought in and say, "Oh, they're terrible. They're past their prime." Whatever. The bottom line is this. It looks like Farhan tries to win by cutting corners instead of – he's not a risk taker, okay?
He's not a risk taker.
He's not a risk taker. So, I don't understand why you need pitching and you're so stinking uptight about money, to cut J.D. Davis for save money. Go sign Bauer. Who
even
cares?
Even Vince was like, hey.
Who gives a crap what the frickin' fans think? You know what? They're not showing up to the ballpark anyway. And if some woke company wants to cancel their advertising because you signed Trevor Bauer, screw them. Go sign somebody else that, an opportunity will open up for somebody else that likes Bauer to go advertise. Because you know what? It's like you're not good enough. Your fans aren't excited. They're not showing up. It's just ridiculous. I'm so sick of this, people worrying about what some people think. You know what? The country's pretty much split 50-50. So just go sign the best players. And, you piss off 50% of the people. Well, you know what? You're not going to make 100% of the people happy just about anything. So, Bauer was not guilty. He's out there pitching in Dodgers camp for what was it called? The Asian, you're muted, Eric.
Asian Breeze.
Yeah, Asian Breeze. So he's out there having a good time. There's even video of him talking to the crowd walking behind the backstop. It's at a minor league, one of their minor league fields, and I've been to those, and they're pretty cool. You get right up. It's like a little league game almost. You're right there watching the guys, and they got little set of grandstands behind each backstop, and there's usually about 30 people, 40 people watch. Now there's probably more with Bauer, but I've been to some of these minor league camp games because my buddy, as I mentioned, his son's with the Baltimore Orioles as a hitting instructor. He was playing with the White Sox. And so I used to go out when the White Sox had camp. I'd go watch him play. In fact, when he was playing, I was watching Luis Robert. Little did I know who Luis Robert was going to be, right?
Right.
He was a huge back then. I was like, man, the White Sox got some. They had another guy. They got a lot of big. They had some big guys in that camp.
Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah. All those guys were. I was watching in 2017, right around there.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017, 2018, watching those guys come up. It was cool. Maybe 16, some of them. I don't. But so what was the I forgot to look at the Let me go
The
look at the
thumbnail?
thumbnail. Let me take a look.
I said, has the front office ownership of the San Francisco Giants done enough?
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's
I
different.
mean,
Don't get me wrong. There's different. Kind of like with that Dave Tobner article on SFK. You know, he kind of talks about it. You know, there's some people that say, you know, hey, Giants are good. Some people say Giants are bad. Some people say play the young guys. Other people say, but what happens if they don't work out? I mean, that's baseball, right?
right. Yeah, I mean, it's hold on here. What do we got here? Things popping up on my. So, have the Giants done enough? We'll find out. You know, some people think they have.
Yeah, I still don't think it's enough to.
I think they're fourth place. I think the Padres have overtaken them now with Cease because the Padres' hole was pitching, like the Giants,
and they addressed it.
And they're also
on Clevenger, right?
On Clevenger at this point,
and he's going to be somewhat cheaper. They can do it. He's got history in San Diego.
I mean, what you're dealing with is a personality. I mean, you see it in the NFL right now. You're seeing it in who's more aggressive out there, who's got a little bit more money, who's got a little bit more cap room, who's willing to take the risk, who's savvy enough to do certain things. You know, you look at Kansas City tonight, just signed Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. I mean, they're going to be unbelievable next year. They got a receiver now, which they really didn't have this year. So, I mean, you look at AJ Preller. He goes out. Nobody's even thinking he's looking at.
And what was the Padres' need?
Pitching. And he goes out and he figures a way and he gets it done. And they have the prospects. I'll tell you what, guys. There's two things that I guess both can be true, but probably one's more true than the other. I know one thing that's true is Farhan's not aggressive.
We could
but
say
the other thing is do the Giants prospects, do other teams value the Giants prospects as much as they value other teams' prospects? Because again, is Farhan too apprehensive and is hoarding, as Murphy said, and he won't give up on anybody or make deals? Or, I mean, and both could be true. Or do the Giants not have the prospects that other teams?
But they got to have them. I mean, the only top 100 player that the Padres traded for Cease was ranked 85th on the top 100. Luciano is ranked what, 36th or something? Are you? I don't know what.
Who went to the White Sox? Who was the prospect?
Well, I think there was four of them while ago, but I think it was Thorpe. I think he was the one that was in the top 100. I'm not mistaken.
Who was it?
Thorpe.
Oh, what position did he play?
Pitcher.
That's the thing. They wanted a pitcher. Yeah. So what Wisenhunt's in the 60, 70, 80 range as a prospect?
I thought he was in the 80s. 100. I could be wrong.
So it's a matter of who they prefer and the full package. I just see the Padres. I mean, the Padres.
Thorpe was the highest project. Yeah.
The Padres, to get Juan Soto, dumped Robert Hassel III, James Wood, Mackenzie Gore, and C.J. Abrams. And there was a fifth player. It was going to be Hosmer, but he declined, and it became the guy that used to play for the Yankees, the outfielder. He got put in that deal. Voit. What was his name?
Probably Voit. I remember him.
I think it was Voit. Yeah. So, but the Padres gave up 4 amazing prospects. And I listened today to MLB Network with Jim Bowden talking about, and they were interviewing the Nationals camp and Davey Martinez. I'm telling you, I would not be shocked to see the Nationals have a better record than the Giants this year. They are going to, and it's definitely they're on the way up. They are, I'm telling you, we saw last night, the 2 nights ago, we did the rankings. The Cubs were way up there. The Padres are up there. I can't remember what the Nationals were. But
wasn't that the organization that was full of pitchers? Which one was it that had a full of pitchers?
Was it the Cubs?
Oh, I'm going to have to look. Hold on. Let me see.
I can't remember, but I just know this. The Giants, I don't think the Giants see the playoffs for the foreseeable future. Here's why. The Reds are on the way up. The Nationals are on the way up. The Pirates are on the way up. The Cubs are on the way up. The Dodgers are going to remain there. The Braves are going to remain there. And then you've got Ocean View says the Pirates had the pitching.
I think so.
But listen to the teams I've named. Oh, and forget the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are already there. So you've got 3 teams in the National League West ahead of the Giants going forward. Then you have the East. I think the Phillies have a short window. I really do. I think the Phillies window is closing. They've got to do something in the next year or two because they don't have the farm system.
Real quick, let's get rid of it because goodness gracious, we're here March 14th. Snell, Montgomery is still out there. Anyone have any ideas whatsoever? Where do you think they sign?
I think the Yankees end up with maybe if you want. I think if the Yankees it depends what's happening with Cole. It sounds like 2 months maybe.
Yeah, they're not. He's not opting for Tommy John right now.
Yeah, he's going to end up with Tommy John. It's going to be the same situation as Jacob deGrom. How many times did deGrom have elbow issues? He kept dodging and dodging, and it took what, a couple years, right? He'd come back, they'd rest, he'd come back. He wasn't effective, that effective. He'd come back, it hurt again, and then finally it just snapped. You're better off. You know what? He might as well just take it and go.
Low 78 and 84.
As of now.
Similar to last year. Basically same as last year.
What did I say last night?
Right now.
I think
82 and 80.
Vince got me up to 82 and 80 with his persuasion skills. I hold the right to reserve that when we do our final on March 27th.
Before the season
starts, we will be doing
get Vince back on during that time. March 27th. We're going to do a show. Yeah, that'd be fun.
On the entire league, and we're going to give our predictions, and we're going to break it down all the way down to no, he didn't sell me to 84 wins low. So I said 82.
You said 82, yeah.
I said 82. I said they'll be above 500, 82 and 80. And I'm probably going to stick with that record for a while. We'll see. I want to see what happens. Vince had Dan in check. No, he didn't have me in check.
Andrew, I'm just waking up from last night's marathon. That's pretty good, Los.
Glenn.
Oh, but you said we're going to do a prediction. Are we just doing predictions on NL West?
No, we're going to do all of baseball.
Oh, baseball. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is a baseball channel, baby. We're going to do.
That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun, man.
So
he's going to do our fantasy baseball, Dan.
Vince is?
Yeah.
Good. That's good. I don't know if I summer months, I may be taking off for a week or two out of the country. I don't know if I want to deal with fantasy. I'm not,
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's
going to be fun though.
I don't know if it's as fun as football.
Oh, I think it would still be fun playing against all these guys in here. That'd be fun, right now. This is what we
Yeah,
got
but,
here.
I mean,
Especially with Vince playing, that'll be a lot of fun. I know he'll bring some spice to it.
yeah.
There we go. We got myself, Senior, Will be, Glenn, he's in it. Cliff, Mart, the Mart Foundation, good old Cliff. Carlo P.
5, 6, 7,
Aaron,
8, 9.
Robert.
You need one more player.
No, if we could 12, we could do three more players.
Oh yeah, but you probably want 10, right? At least 10 or 12, even number.
It doesn't have to be even because it's.
Oh, it doesn't.
No, because it's what do you call it? It's just on numbers. You're not going head to head.
Oh, okay. Just on numbers.
I'll have to add Vince in
there. Maybe I'll just if Los has his draft coming up, and if he shares his team with me, I'll just draft his team, and maybe so I don't have to think.
So I don't have to think. So you and Los are going to tag team it, huh?
No, Los has got his own league. I'm just saying.
I'll
If he'll share his team with me, I'll just draft his team. He won his league last year, man, and it was not a for kids play league.
Add Vince in there. He said he'll play. He said it yesterday. He'll play. He said he's going to be drafting this weekend. He's got 4 leagues he's in. 4.
Wow.
So there's 10. We could add 2 more. We'll see.
Oh, March 24th is Los's draft.
There you go.
Well, the season,
we're gonna have to get ready.
The season starts the 18th with the Dodgers and Padres. You guys are going to miss 2 games.
Senior, we got to get this done like.
You're going to miss 2 games, Los. What do you do with those 2 games?
Wow.
How do you, when you draft those guys, do you get to keep their stats if you draft them? Do they count?
No, I don't know. Good call. Senior, how's that work? Whoever drafts the players that have already played, you get their numbers, or is this just right after? Heroku Senior is going to set it up there. I think it's through Yahoo.
The season starts on the 20th, I guess. Okay.
The commission has those games not counting. Not my call. Interesting.
Oh, Kiss has him not counting. Okay.
Did Vince contact you through the NorCal email?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll send him the information through that then.
Let me see if I've heard from him back. If anything, I forget. I've got so many emails. I got work.
Yeah, you're a busy guy.
I got 2 work emails.
Oh my God.
Well, I do some work for another organization, and they want me to use their email.
There you go, Dan. I'm available for advice. NorCal discount, $49.99. Oh man, that's great.
NorCal discount.
I love it.
Oh wait, here's Vince. Oh, what would you like? Oh, he missed it. Okay.
Tuesday the 19th will be the draft. Okay. I'm ready, man. Gosh, that's going to be so much fun.
All right. Yeah, I got an email from Vince. I didn't check it today, but he said, Dan, just wanted to thank you again. I had an absolute blast in caps. Yeah.
Woo! I love it.
Yeah,
man.
it was a lot of. Everyone loved you, Vince. He added a lot, man. He's a good guy. I like him.
He's awesome, man. I love what he brings. This is awesome, and man. And if you guys look at the comments of the video last night, man, everyone was loving it. Loving it.
We get a lot of comments in there.
A lot of comments liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
That was awesome, man.
Let's
Like
see.
I said in the beginning of the show, Dan, is like one thing we have in common. We want the Giants to, we may not agree, on direction, on, supporting or not supporting Farhan, whatever. But one thing we all want, we want the Giants to do better. That's what we want.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
That's what we want. But I will pose the question. No, I haven't crumbled yet, Mark.
What's it?
I'm holding the line. Holding the line. Yeah. Toto. Remember that song? Hold the line. Toto.
Toto.
Good. Come on, Toto. Everybody who remembers Toto, hold the line.
If I heard it, I might know it.
I can't play it here.
No, we can't. Unless you want to spend like $8 for one shot.
It's probably not even on the list. It's, not everybody's. I almost sent you CC&R song tonight before, but I got busy. I was going to play it before the show and say,
were you?
We're gonna play this tonight, and who cares if we get?
Who cares about the?
Yeah, no.
Play it in the beginning. Now is edited out at the after it ends.
There it is. Toto, Africa. Hold the line.
Oh, Africa.
That was a song in high school. Hold the line. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Rosanna. Yeah, Turd remembers.
Yeah, good deal, Brian. He said, Dan Eric, that was on one of your guys' best show last night. You guys had me laughing. Sorry. Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Yeah. We'll have Glenn back on. Glenn, we might have to give Glenn maybe a weekly. Vince. We got to give Glenn. Man. We'll be giving Glenn a spot too.
You could tell, man, he likes talking ball. I like it.
Yeah, he knows his ball.
He does, 100%, man. I mean, look at that. He's got his dad, who was, his dad was there in the 51.
I mean, where he kind of convinced me a little bit was the, about Judge and Yamamoto and Ohtani. It's like, is that Farhan's fault? No, but I think the thing probably would have been to where I think is that Farhan's saying we matched him. You're not going to get him by matching the Dodgers.
No.
What you had to do is say we went above the Dodgers offer, and he didn't want it. So
that's a good. Gilbert says bring Vince and Ned on at the same time.
Oh yeah, a couple of New Yorkers.
No. Ned's from Chicago.
Yeah, Ned's from Chicago. Yeah. Sabes is from New York, right?
No, he's from New Hampshire.
Sabes?
Yep.
Okay.
New Hampshire.
Interesting. Let me see if I have any more people responding to me in Twitter. I forgot because
there you go. Hey, senior, Dr. Dilly wants in. That would make 11.
Let's see.
We could have a full squad going.
Why don't you get it up to 20? You don't have enough players. Problem is you get too many. You can't go over 12 if there's not enough players to draft. You'll be picking up.
Doesn't it make it a little bit more even the more people you have, though? You won't have those big, giant superstar teams.
You'll be picking a little bit more even. You'll be down to Cooper Hummel on your team.
Oh, Dan is. See, there goes. Dan is in. Dr. Dilly will be number 12.
Well,
all right.
Dan is in. What do you mean?
You're in.
What do you mean I'm in?
You're in.
Well, you already have 12.
Now we do.
Oh,
here we go. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There it is.
I'm in on one condition.
One condition.
And all 11 teams have to agree with me.
I know what you want to do. You want to draft all Giants.
Give me all Giants and I'll prove how crappy this team is. I will finish in last place just to show you that my all
is holding on to that.
Give me all Giants. Nobody gets Estrada. Nobody gets Webb. I get Webb, but I also get
Cedar
Conforto.
says no. Cedar just says no.
I get Conforto. I get Lee.
Hey, Los, do you want to come on, man? I'll email you the link.
Just email it to him. Let him
Yeah.
decide. Because I'm not going to be in here much longer. I'm off by 10. What's that? Never 14. What's he saying there? Los.
Never. Oh, how many in the league?
Oh, never 14. Only 12. Yeah. So I'm going to hold out, man. Give me the whole Giants. Why wouldn't you want me to have all Giants? Nobody else. Nobody else would want them. Nobody else wants them. I'll just draft Webb the first pick, and then Duvall the second. Nobody else, and then I'll take Ahmed. I'll take Slater, Webb, Yaz.
You're gonna be pissed, man. You're gonna be pissed off after the first month.
Exactly. I don't even care because I just want to prove a point how bad they are.
Senior says, because that's lame. Just play. Don't go the rest of your life wondering. Yeah, you can't. Dan, you're too competitive, man. I think that would really burn inside you.
Look, you guys want to come at me? We'll have 2 leagues in football, and I'll be in both of them, and you can challenge me. No one knocks me off my football throne.
Nick says we want Dan competing and trading like normal. See, that's what people want. They want the Dan Coachimilli who's going to go out there and make 5 million trades.
But I don't know anything about the rest of the league. I'm a homer. I only know the Giants.
No, you ain't. Come on.
I'm a homer. Man, I'm telling you, Farhan has done more than any GM this offseason. He's done more than Andy.
You know who may be a ringer though is Vince. He's in 4 leagues. He may be bringing it. No doubt about it. Wheeling, dealing, Dan.
You're sending numbers over to. Sure. Okay.
Let's bring him in. What's up, Los?
You talked me into it.
You're gonna do it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What?
Oh, he talked you into coming on.
Gotcha.
Coming on, not fantasy. Relax. Relax.
Hey, Los, I could do that.
Yeah. There you go.
I got the Giants right there. How's that?
There you go. Hey, you know what, Dan? Is like we've talked about this before. We've compared how upset we are with the Giants. Divorce the Giants, but sometimes you always love your ex-wife, even though she pisses you off and you can't live with her day by day. You always love her. So I'll always love the Giants. Just I don't like my in-laws, which is the front office. Don't like my in-laws at all.
They might be listening.
Look at Glenn. Welcome, Los. Some stability to the madness. What are you saying, Glenn?
Oh, these guys are stable. They're solid as hell.
He's getting on you because you dished him last night.
I ditched who?
No, Eric. He dissed Glenn.
It's like, hey, I did it. What are you talking about? That was funny. Oh man. Wasn't that great though last night there, Loso? Man, oh man.
Oh, he just brought an energy that just,
absolutely.
It's good to switch it up. The 3 of us, well, mainly the 2 of you, and as good as you guys are, and then when I'm on, when our chat hears the same voices, it's kind of like hearing the same coaches all the time.
We get a little bit.
Yeah, because they know our style, they know our routines, and it's all good. But to have a guy come in here and immediately, like I said, he's loud, he's a New Yorker, he's like, "Come on, bro!" You know, what are we talking about here, Dan? Bro.
Loved it.
Hey,
I loved it.
Hey, let me ask you this, Loss. I want to know what do you Loss, what do you think of come on. You think Farhan hasn't done enough, Loss? Come on.
I get my Farhan.
Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna go there again. Yeah, I got these.
You should have done that last night. That would have been fun. Yeah, I should have played that. I should have played that for Vince.
Oh, you got to put some shorts out, Eric, in from last night.
I got one out there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What is that hanging? What is that hanging in your closet, Dan, behind you? Is those long shorts? That's nasty, man. Close the door.
No, that's Farhan's. That's a Farhan shirt.
Oh,
or the Far Gone. The Far Gone shirt.
That's Far Gone, man.
Those are too close to my hats that you're going to give me, man. Get them away from them.
and then Far Gone spoiler is right below.
Yeah, get anything related to Farhan away from.
Let me get another hat here. Hold on. Let me pull a hat here. I can't reach with the sound, so I gotta hold on.
Then Larry called him Frank. Oh man, I was getting a little bit worried there. I was like, "Where are we going? This is not good." Houston, we got a problem. I was getting a little bit worried.
It was yeah, a lot of misnames, Loss and Frank and
yeah, I look like Los. I got the white hat.
Look at that.
There you go.
Los, I got another hat maybe you might like.
Here's a question. Here's a great trivia question, Dan, for
Go
you.
out
Ready?
in the desert. A camo hat.
Dan, are you ready for this? How many episodes would you say NorCal Sports Network has had since its inception? If you had to guess.
Probably too many.
We got a lot.
150, 200?
Oh,
God.
More.
Okay.
You
want to know how many videos we have out there?
I want the chat to.
No, they're going to cheat. They're going to cheat.
I want. Okay, we don't need to do a poll. I'm just going to do it verbally. In the chat, how many times in the history of our channel has Eric worn a hat? A0, B1, C2, D3. Go ahead and go. Don't say nothing. How many times has Eric Romo worn a hat on this show?
Put the poll out there.
It's actually, Eric. I think it's more because I wore a hat in the very beginning. Hold on, let me see what we got.
Eric is the only one that knows the answer to this question. Not even.
I think I know.
Can't remember.
I know. I know it's less than 5, but I honestly do not remember one. So yeah. So
in the very, very beginning.
I remember that hat. I think
was it a Giants hat?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. No Giants hat. I don't think
it was.
You sure?
You put a Giants hat on for something.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, I did have one. Huh. There you go. Okay. I just counted. I kind of cheated, but whatever.
It's been a long time.
It's the very, very beginning. The very beginning.
It's a legitimate question.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, I couldn't wear that thing for too long. Starting to itch my head.
What do you
Back
got
to the
on
Warriors,
now?
man. Back to the Warriors.
Oh yeah.
By the way, did you guys by any chance catch the A Day with Casey Schmidt?
No, I saw that it was out there. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched it today without giving too much away so you guys can watch it. Very interesting coaching that some of the Giants coaches that we don't know their names do behind the scenes. Dan, they have a drill where they're hitting and they're using one arm with the bat. Like if you're right-handed, they're using their left arm
right
to straight. And then they're using their top hand and using one arm. And I mean, baseball's come a long way since me and you played, but I've never seen that before. The first 10 swings all left-handed, and not off the pitching machine, just like the toss, where you toss it to him and you just swing.
Right.
So Casey was swinging with the left arm, and then he was swinging with the right arm, and then he did both. It was very interesting. And by the way, Pat Burrell was like loving his swing. So I don't know, behind the scenes, we talk about it all the time. I think players adjust. I think players get better. I think this whole BS of he didn't do it last year, so that means he's not going to do good this year. Like, how do you know, man? How do you know? I hate that. I hate that narrative.
Yeah.
We don't.
D-Shot says, I look down. I'm tired. That's why I'm tired, man.
Last night was a long one.
Last night was a long one, and today is a long
one. You guys, when you're watching this, if you're with us the whole time or part-time, think about watching for 3.5 hours, but talking for the majority of that. It wears on you.
People are saying that's a common drill.
Interesting.
I'm behind the times.
I was listening to.
I've seen it a few times, but not regularly.
I was listening to Dave Martinez today, and he was talking about his players. Man, they're going to be. I'll tell you what. Here's a prediction, guys. The Washington Nationals will win a World Series before the Giants do.
Ooh.
In fact, the Washington Nationals will represent the National League, whether they win it in the World Series or not. They will represent the National League in the World Series
before the
Giants. Mark that down.
Wow. Mark it. Wow. Look at Dan. Mark it down. March 14th. Mark it down.
Also, the Cincinnati Reds will appear in a World Series, and so will the Cubs. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a long time for the Giants. You guys can say, you know what? Their farm system is not that good. Okay. I watch a lot of games. They don't have the athleticism that a lot of the other teams out there are putting out there.
That makes sense.
I love Casey Schmidt, but he's not super athletic like a De La Cruz or a CJ Abrams or, and he's not the speedster. Where are the speedsters in the Giants organization? It's Tyler Fitzgerald, right? Wade Meckler has some speed, but he's not like a quick burner. He's kind of a
Grant McCrae's got some speed, but he's further along. He's
I don't see the athleticism in this organization.
Do you think there's a philosophy in the organization that they're just they stay away from athletes for some reason? Which I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, Eldridge is going to be a guy that hits for pop. Luciano's not a freakish athlete. He's big and strong and he can hit, but just look at the game. Look at the game. What's happening out there? And
I tell you, it's sickening doing my studying for the draft and fantasy, and to look at some of these young studs all over the place. Oh my God! And just to know the Giants just don't have any of those, it's really, really frustrating.
I was just going to ask you that, Lois. By researching for that, it really kind of opens your eyes a little bit and what the Giants have and don't have. Yeah,
big time. There are some organizations that just get it, and Tampa is one of them. They have probably 1/3 the budget, maybe a half is more realistic of the Giants, and their resources and their scouting is just
And that's what it is. They hit on the draft.
They get pitchers. I'm not going to give away names, but let's just say.
He locked up. There he goes.
Get there, and I don't know what their pitching coaches teach, but consistently those guys get better and marginally better. So there's a little hint for you. The Orioles are another one. Orioles are just hitting in the draft. God, they have so many young studs. They got some guys that are not going to make it. they're going to be in AAA. I would love the Giants to get a couple of them. One of them.
Well, they're going to use more. Some of those guys, they'll get blocked. They've got Colton Cowser out there.
That's the guy.
You think Jackson makes the club out of spring?
Holiday? Yeah, he's going to.
I think he is, man.
And
nice.
what's amazing about that is they could wait a month and have him for 5 years, but they'll probably lock him up early, to a bigger contract. That's a guy you just go ahead and give him the 10-year deal, right?
Just do it.
Like
Churrio. Yep.
Like Acuna. Yep.
Exactly.
Like Bobby Witt Jr.
Yep. Giants don't have any of those guys on the horizon. Zero. Nobody.
I really hate that Luciano's already lost his job because he pulled his hammy.
That's tough.
Because he's so injury prone and he gets behind. Like, he's so done. I mean, the Giants nail young guys fast. I mean, when we're talking about a long leash, there's no long leash with these guys. If they don't perform right away, they're done.
Yeah. Cliff mentions Walker Martin's an athlete. Yeah, Walker Martin, he hit a ton of home runs in Colorado. He looks like a pretty solid player, high schooler. Probably looking at him in about 4 years. Hopefully,
and that's the issue.
Hopefully, you see some of these guys. I mean, Holiday's only 19, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really young.
He's 20.
Not sure, but
Churrio's the one that's 19. I could be mistaken.
So who is the? I'm forgetting the guy's name. The third baseman for the Nationals, Senzel, right? Nick Senzel. Okay, I'm listening to Davey Martinez. And what does he say, Davey Martinez? He says, yeah, I'm going to put him at third base and let him stay there so it doesn't affect his psyche and his hitting. Because he just putting him at one position.
That's what I've been saying with these young guys. Put them on one position and let them play. Stop with this throwing them all over the place.
But that's not Farhan's way. He throws they want to learn this. They want to learn that, I'm telling you, the Nationals, listen to the outfielders that the Nationals have coming. Okay. They got James Woods.
Love him.
They got Dylan Cruz, who they drafted, who's going to be. They got Robert Hassel III from the Soto trade, and they got Lane Thomas.
Yeah.
So they got four guys. Then their infield, C.J. Abrams as short. The guy hit 18 homers last year, stole like 40 bases. He's going to get more powerful. He's getting stronger. He's going to be he may be a 2050 guy. You're going to have the pitching staff has Mackenzie Gore, who's going to get better, and they got Josiah Gray. And don't count out Patrick Corbin. He's in a contract year, and he started pitching a little better last year at the end of the year. And I think guys, for some reason in their last year, realize that their livelihoods are on the line, and just something happens. So
I'll tell you, if you want to make some money, bet the over on the Nationals win total this year. It's pretty.
Yeah,
low.
you were talking about that the other night, Los.
Yep. They have
what was their win total?
I want to say 67.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna take that bet.
They have. It's young talent, and they may get off because they got to figure it out. I swear, if the Nationals start off slow and their young talent starts gelling around July or August, we're going to start talking about it. And we're going to all say, see, the Nationals stayed patient with their young guys. They let them fail. That's how you learn in life. Everybody, shit, man. That's how you learn. Falling on your ass and then figuring it out. Oh, I'm not going to do that the next time. That's how you learn. But the Giants' way is to not let them learn and fail. It's to, you didn't do it right away? No, we got to plug in a vet. We got to plug in a journeyman. I mean, the Nationals by June or July, if they stay healthy, you're going to be cooking. I'm telling you, that's easy money to me. Over 67, 68, whatever it is.
Over 66.5 wins, minus 105. Get a match on the average stake of your next 4 cash bets. Opt in. Okay.
You might hit that by late August.
Oh, I'm in on the Nationals. I like what they're doing. I like the philosophy. They got a great GM, Mike Rizzo. I'm telling you, Nationals, Cubs, Reds, Pirates. That's 4. I'm not going to pick the obvious like the Dodgers or the Braves.
What about St. Louis?
I
don't know.
They got Walker and they got this kid Wynn, the shortstop.
Haruki. What did Vince call you last night? Haruki? That was hilarious.
Hartuki or
who's my
Harkuti? Harkuti.
Weird name calls last night.
Cubs, Padres. Who am I forgetting? Cincinnati, Nationals, Pittsburgh. Those 5 teams.
What about Miami?
Miami always seems to be on the cusp, and then they get rid of their guys. It's like,
what are you saying? They're going to have better records than the Giants this year?
No, I'm saying that they will appear in a World Series before the Giants.
Oh, wow! The Pirates and the Nationals.
Yeah,
so I had for about 15 years.
Well, I think things could change when Farhan's gone. But as long as Farhan is here, forget it.
I think this year, Dan, they might have a legitimate draft this year. They seem to have some players this year.
They seem to have a good draft, yes. But my guess is if you keep Farhan here long enough, he'll be on the hook he'll feel the pressure to win, and he'll trade away those guys, and then they'll repeat and rinse and repeat. You know, getting old, bringing in these old guys. I don't see it.
Hey, do you see any possibility, and this would be huge for the Nationals, could you see Soto going back to the Nationals after pretty much robbing all of San Diego's prospects, and he goes back to the Nationals?
Yeah.
They offered him a big contract. Do you think he goes back?
Hard to say. If he thinks that they're legitimate like contenders. I mean, he was in a World Series with them. He won a World Series with them.
That would be incredible. Yeah. He goes to the Padres. Padres give up all those prospects to make the damn Nationals good, and lo and behold, he's back there after a couple of years.
He won't be in San Francisco.
He will not be in San Francisco. Sasaki will not be in San Francisco.
But everybody will be talking about it like they're going to get him, and it'll be the same old crap, song and dance. But hey, guys, I am going to end my night. So you guys keep going, but I
probably can't go on too much. I'll stay on a little bit with Eric if he wants.
But
are you tired, Eric?
Hey, if you guys want, we could shut it down now. That's fine.
Okay,
it's up to you.
Yeah,
we could go. We'll just continue this tomorrow.
I told Eric earlier tonight it'd be an hour and a half max, 10 o'clock. So I'm going to keep my word to that. I'm done. But if he wants to keep going, I didn't even get on here till 5 to 9. So I had some stuff I was busy with. So, but we'll be back tomorrow night. I don't know if are you going to stay on or?
Yeah, I'm gonna get off. I gotta go.
Okay.
I got stuff to do here.
All right, man.
Oh, did we need the answer for how many times you were at?
Oh, how many times?
2.
Real quick, how many times did I wear a hat? Oh, and how many videos do we have total on NorCal Sports Network?
Do we have proof of you wearing a hat?
Yeah, there's proof.
Oh, I'm very curious to see which hat you wore. I do not.
I think you wore. I'm going to guess 2, and I'm going to say we have probably I'm going to say we have 300 plus videos, 305.
It's the over on the 300.
It is over?
It's over 305.
Oh, wow. 340?
Over.
We're not 380?
No.
Yeah, we're about 362, right?
364.
Oh, wow. Just
look at that. 300.
You had an MHC before this, Eric? You had an MHC?
Oh, we got three. No, we have 365.
Yeah, I did.
Counting tonight, 365.
Oh, after tonight, it will be 365. Yep.
A full year. One a day.
Full year worth of videos.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I did an MHC earlier, but I did it before.
How many hats? I gotta get off.
5.
Yeah.
You wore 5 times?
Yeah. That's what I counted. Unless I'm missing some. I think it's 5.
Man.
Oh, so none of those.
I was wearing my railroad hat a couple of times, the Giants hats, I think a couple, and I think my my Voodoo Air Racer, I think I had.
All right, man.
Dr. Dilly wants the email so he can get into the league if you have any room.
Oh, we'll get that all. We'll get that all sent out. It's
MHC was too early. Oh, did you do MHC tonight?
Yeah, I did it at 7:00.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. For Eric and Lost D. He didn't catch that.
I did.
Oh, he did. Your head's down. Okay.
He did. He caught
I
it.
may not have been looking, but I'm hearing well.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, from the guy who pronounces names, I guess I deserve it.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, guys, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:30.